Imagine trying to direct a movie with a cast of 1.4 billion people. The logistics alone would be staggering. You would need an incredibly precise production manual just to keep things from falling apart on day one. For the Republic of India, that ultimate production manual is the Constitution. M. Lakshmikant's book, Indian Polity, is the guide to reading it, breaking down every single rule of this massive project. The original script for this country was drafted in the mid-20th century. A large room of foundational writers, known as the Constituent Assembly, debated every line to figure out how a democracy of this scale was actually going to work. But times change, and a good script needs to adapt. The writers included a built-in process called constitutional amendment, which allows future generations to update the rules as the country evolves. Looking at this table of Supreme Court rulings, you will see a list of elements of the basic structure. Things like the supremacy of the Constitution, secularism, and a democratic republic. The courts ruled that while you can tweak the dialogue, this core DNA, the actual genre of the movie, can never be altered. India's foundational script is a living document. It has the flexibility to grow with its people, while fiercely protecting its core identity from anyone who might try to take total control of the production. Every production needs a writer's room, and here, that is Parliament. This is where the daily script changes and new rules are debated, drafted, and eventually passed. Inside, the writers are divided into two distinct chambers, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Both sides of this room have to agree on the text before any new idea becomes the law of the land. Once the script is written, someone has to yell action. That job goes to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. They act as the directors, taking the fully approved script and enforcing it out in the real world. While the directors call the shots on set, they are entirely dependent on the writers' room. They need Parliament to approve the rules and, crucially, to hand over the budget. This keeps the power carefully balanced. India is geographically enormous, making it impossible for one central director to manage every single detail from the capital. To solve this, the Constitution splits responsibilities into specific lists. It decides whether the main director handles a big-picture task like national defense, or if a local second unit team handles day-to-day issues like local police. These local shoots are run by chief ministers and governors, giving different regions the ability to manage their own unique scenes and challenges. But the manual also includes emergency provisions. If a local production unit completely breaks down, the central government has the legal authority to step in and temporarily seize total control of that state's operations. This unique federal design ensures local regions have the freedom to direct themselves, while guaranteeing the national production never falls apart. Even with writers and directors working together, mistakes happen. That is where the Supreme Court and the integrated judicial system step in. They act as the fierce continuity editors of the production. They hold a power called judicial review. If a new law or an executive action contradicts the original master script, the courts can instantly strike it down. Look at this table of constitutional prescriptions. Beyond the main three branches of government, the script creates independent auditors and referees who report to no politician. Reading through this section on the National Commission for Scheduled Castes, we see bodies designed to protect vulnerable caste members from exploitation. There is also an independent election commission tasked with running the massive casting calls. Without these independent referees and fierce editors, the writers and directors would inevitably rewrite the rules to give themselves unlimited power over the project. All of these interlocking parts, the writers, the directors, the editors, the local units, create a system of checks and balances. Power is carefully separated. This massive 80-chapter manual exists for one primary reason: to ensure that no single entity can ever run away with the production. But there is a twist. Who actually hired all these writers, directors, and editors in the first place? From the very first day of the Republic, the founders implemented universal adult suffrage. They gave the power to hire and fire directly to the audience. That power flows from massive national elections all the way down to local self-government, driven by individual voters standing in line today. You are an active participant in this system. You are the studio executive, and this massive production works for you.